my dear students. So today's topic is antiferromagnetism and ferrimagnetism. So first of all, we will study antiferromagnetism. So in this magnetism, in this type of materials, we are considering two types of sublattices which having atoms A and B, which are distributed over two interlocking lattices. So for example, let the B atom that occupy the corner points, like in this figure, B point is at the corners, and A atoms being located at the centers of these cubes. Centers A, this is A, okay. And further, let the interaction between the atoms is such that the A spins tend to align up and up anti-parallel to B spin. Means if A having spin up, then B having spin down. Or you can also say that antiferromagnetism that occurs when the magnetization of both the lattices, which lattices are made of atoms A and B, is equal and directed opposite to each other. So if they are equal and directed opposite to each other, then net magnetization, that is 0. Means the magnitude is same if A, B, clear, A, B, similarly A, B, like this, A, B, A, B, A, B. So net magnetization, that is 0. That's why its name is antiferromagnetism. Clear? So in this there are three types of interaction, that are interaction of A with A, B with B, and AB interactions. Clear? So this is an example. Example is MNO. This is the main first observation is on this material. Okay, this is an example. And when, or you can say at lower temperature, this interaction is effective at low temperature only, and in an external field the resulting magnetization will be small. As the temperature is raised, when temperature is raised, the efficiency of interaction becomes less pronounced and susceptibility increases. So above certain temperature, that is called the critical temperature, the spins are free and hence material behaves like a paramagnetic material. Clear, ji? Then how we can explain, means you can say that the interaction is only at certain temperature, that is the critical temperature, and when temperature is raised to above the critical temperature, the spins are free and material behaves like a paramagnetic material. Clear, ji? And what is the evidence of existence of antiferromagnetism? The main experiment which was done by the scientist, that is the neutron diffraction experiment. That is, you can say neutron diffraction experiment. What is that experiment? Then when neutrons are incident on a crystal, then they are scattered by the atomic nuclei, but also by the interaction between the nuclear spins. They are scattered by the atomic nuclei, but also there is an interaction between the nuclear spin and paramagnetic ions that may be present. So consequently, the ordered antiferromagnetic state give rise to extra diffraction lines. So intensity of these extra lines decreases as temperature increases. Clear? There will be a extra diffraction lines and intensity of that decreases when temperature increases. So because the antiferromagnetic order that diminishes, that decreases, okay, and above that temperature, above the Néel temperature, the extra lines, diffracted lines, that disappears. An example that is shown in MnO. Clear? Now we will go to the mathematical part of this theory. So for this, now I have explained earlier that we are taking two sublattices consist of atoms A and B. There are two types of atoms, A and B, distributed over the interlocking lattices, okay, and B occupy the lattice points and A occupy the center of the body. Hence all nearest neighbors of A atom and B and vice versa. Hence all nearest neighbors of an A atom A ਦੇ nearest neighbor ਕੀ ਹੈ B ਹੈ ਤੇ B ਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ A ਹੈ clear. Let there be a antiferromagnetic interaction, AB interaction as well as AA and BB interaction. So if we are taking HA, I am taking here HA. You can also take BA, but I am taking H because we are taking A, B, two atoms. So that's why I am taking here H. So HA, if HA and HB are the net molecular field at the site A and at the site B, clear, then we can write this is capital H is the applied field, capital H is the applied field. So applied field, this is a effective field, so that effective field at for atom A, that is H minus alpha Ma. I am explaining what is alpha Ma minus beta Mb, because there is an interaction between AA, BB and AB. Similarly for HB, that is equal to H applied field minus alpha Mb minus beta Ma. Now what are alpha and beta? Alpha and beta, they are Wiss constants. They are Wiss constant, clear? Or you can say that interaction parameter. They are the interaction parameters for two atoms having like spin. If the two atoms have like spin, then you can say the parameter is alpha, and two atoms having unlike spin, then beta. Means you can say for AA and BB interaction, that is alpha, for AB interaction, that is beta. Okay, so they are the interaction parameters. I am explaining again. Interaction parameter for two atoms having like spin and two atoms having unlike spins respectively, alpha and beta. Okay, so I hope you can understand this. Next, we are going towards two cases. So first case, when temperature is greater than Néel temperature, because I have already told you up to some critical temperature there is a you can say magnetization, and after that temperature this material behaves like a paramagnetic material, clear? So Néel temperature, when temperature is greater than Tn, temperature T is greater than Tn, what about the magnetization? We have already studied in paramagnetic materials, Ma is equal to N mu J square upon 3 kT Ha. We have already studied this in previous articles, so I will not explain here. In that we have right here B, so I am taking H. So you can also, if you want to, B is equal to mu naught H, now to see change कर सकते हो, clear? Ma is equal to N mu J square upon 3 kT Ha. And what is mu J? Mu J is G square plus mu B square J into J plus 1. And what is mu B? Bohr magnetron G Landis G factor. Similarly, magnetization for Mb, you can write, you can use direct these formulas. And total magnetization, that is equal to the sum of two magnetizations, so I am taking the sum of these two. And when I am taking the sum of these two, then these are the constant parts. The common parts we can take outside the bracket, and inside the bracket Ha plus Hb. Now put the values of Ha and Hb, clear? These are the values of Ha. First I write B here because I am taking AB, so I am writing here H. I am again asking you Ha, beta Ha plus Hb, that is 2H minus alpha plus beta M, when we add these two we get this, clear? So now this is also M, this is also M, this is also part M. So taking the terms which having M on left hand side, when we are taking these on left hand side, what you get? M into 1 plus N mu J square upon 3 kT alpha plus beta, and this is equal to 2 N mu J square upon 3 kT into H. So this is our equation now. Now we know that susceptibility, that is equal to M by H. We know this. So susceptibility, when we are taking M by H, what will be? 2 N mu J square upon 3 kT upon 1 plus N mu J square alpha plus beta upon 3 kT. So this is the value of susceptibility. Now, yes, I am taking here C upon, I am writing this C upon T plus theta. So what is C? C is 2 N mu J square upon 3 K. So C is equal to 2 N mu J square upon 3 K. And what about theta? Theta is n mu j square. Theta is n mu j square alpha plus beta upon 3k upon 3k. Clear G? So this is, and so c upon t over 1 plus theta upon t. Taking t LCM and t goes, we get t plus theta. So this is susceptibility in the case of a antiferromagnetic material. Clear G? And this theta, which is called asymptotic asymptotic Curie temperature. Clear G? This theta. Clear? And C is Curie constant. In the case of ferromagnetic, let's compare with ferromagnetic materials. In the case of ferromagnetic material, we have here minus sign, and in the case of paramagnetic, we have C over T. So this is the difference. Clear G? Now this second case. Now we are going towards case second. You can write here case second. So in second case, when we are taking temperature less than nil temperature, what will happen? So in that case, when external field, now apply no external field. When there is no external field, then temperature is reduced to nil temperature. No external field, and now we are not taking T less than Tn. Clear? We at nil temperature Tn itself, we are still sufficiently far away from the saturation effect. So we are taking only you can say temperature very nearer to nil temperature, or we reduce the temperature to nil temperature, and we are taking external field is not applied, that is 0. B0 means H is 0. We are taking H now. Okay, ji? So saturation effects don't occur, so we will discuss only at T is equal to Tn. Clear G? So this is very important in this. We are taking this T is equal to Tn and B is equal to 0. Clear? So for this, then Ma is equal to, now Ma we have n mu j square upon 3 kt into Ha. ठीक है? n mu j square upon 3k, T is equal to Tn. I am writing T in Tn. ठीक है जी? Then into Ha. And what is Ha? Ha is equal to H minus alpha Ma minus beta Mb. Now we are taking H0, so we get minus alpha Ma minus beta Mb. So minus I am taking this side, so n Ma becomes n mu j square upon 3k Tn alpha Ma plus beta Mb. So you can also write taking this equation first and taking this equation second. So you can write here from first and second. ठीक है जी? From first and second. Clear? So Ma is equal to this. Clear जी? So Ma, taking Ma one side, ठीक है, 1 plus this is term is also of Ma, ठीक है, taking Ma terms, Ma constant, this term become Mb constant, this term. So this equation reduces to this equation. Similarly, in the same way we are writing for Mb, ठीक है. So Mb 1 plus n mu j square alpha upon 3k Tn plus n mu j square b upon 3k Tn Ma, that is equal to 0. So we have these type of two equations. Now how we can solve these two types of equations? Now this is the coefficient of Ma, this is also the coefficient of Ma, this is the coefficient of Mb, this is the coefficient of Mb also. So one solution of these two simultaneous equations, that is Ma is equal to 0 and Mb is equal to 0. One solution may be this, and other solution for these, if you want to find out the finite values of Ma and Mb, what can you do? We take the determinant, and in the determinant Ma 1 plus n mu j square alpha upon 3k into Tn, ठीक है. Then Ma n mu j square b upon 3k into Tn. Then Mb, that is equal to n mu j square beta upon 3k Tn. Similarly 1 plus n mu j square alpha upon 3k Tn. Clear? So this is one term, this is second, third, fourth, ma, mb. I'm writing here. So you can now is equal to determinant, this is equal to 0. So and what is c? First write, solve this determinant. This minus this I am taking here. Okay, this multiply this by this minus this, so I am taking this, and now c is equal to n mu j 2 n mu j square upon 3k, that is c. So this term will become c by 2, so c by 2 alpha over tn. Clear? Similarly here n mu j square upon 3, this is c. ठीक है जी. So when we solve this, this becomes c square b square, c by 2 आ जाना, c by 2 means c square by 4 when we square that, beta square upon tn, and when you solve this we get a quadratic in tn, and when we find the roots of that, the one root will be tn is equal to c beta minus alpha over 2. Clear ji? Now what is theta? Theta is equal to theta I am writing here n mu j square upon 3k, beta is for Boltzmann I am writing, alpha plus beta. Clear? So n mu j square 3k, that is equal to c. Theta is equal to c into alpha plus beta, c by 2, sorry, क्योंकि c is equal to 2n है, so c by 2 alpha plus beta. So when you divide these two, n by theta, what you get? C by 2 cancel, we get b minus alpha, beta minus alpha over beta plus alpha, we get this. Now see what will be happen. Yes, it is to be here noted that tn is less than theta, indicates tn is less than theta. What it indicates? Tn less than theta, it indicates that alpha must be positive. Alpha must be positive. Clear? Alpha must be positive. Now when we are writing here tn is equal to c beta minus alpha over 2, what does it mean? It is clear from this that Néel temperature, that the value of Néel temperature increases as the value of beta is stronger. Whereas it is decreases when alpha is increasing. Means when beta is increasing, beta is stronger, then value of tn from this equation, beta, from this equation, if beta is stronger, tn is Néel temperature increases, and when alpha increasing, Néel temperature decreases. Means beta increases means AB interaction, beta means AB interaction. ठीक है, if beta increasing then stronger means AB interaction stronger, alpha increases means AA ते BB interaction. Clear? So but Néel temperature increases when beta stronger, so we can say from this that for increasing this we must have AB interaction stronger, AB interaction stronger. Clear ji? Clear? So from here we can say that we have to consider more AB interaction. Clear ji? Now let us consider now about the susceptibility of antiferromagnetic temperatures below Néel temperature, because we are dealing with the case below Néel temperature. For this we can assume that here only that there is only AB interaction. So if there is only AB interaction, we are considering for temperature less than theta, Néel temperature. When Néel temperature is less than theta, it indicates that alpha must be positive, and for considering the susceptibility of an antiferromagnetic material below Néel temperature, then we assume that there is only AB interaction. If there is only AB interaction, then alpha is equal to 0. Clear? So if alpha is equal to 0, then what will happen that due to crystalline anisotropy, there will be one or more of the natural spin direction. One spin will be parallel to the field and second perpendicular to the field, and when this is far very detailed study, so we will not go in the detail of this, because for BSc students this is enough. So for this, when field applied parallel to the spin axis, then m is equal to this, and when perpendicular, then m is equal to this. So this is enough, not go to the detail of this. Clear, calculations are very complicated for this. Okay, means for perpendicular, when susceptibility we are taking perpendicular, then it is equal to 1 over beta, and hence we can say for this is perpendicular, for perpendicular spins, then it is equal to 1 over beta, which is independent of temperature. Okay, and for parallel case it is very complicated process. Clear? And when at equal to 0, susceptibility for parallel the case the which 0 ho jandi hai. Clear? Then is about the graphs. These are the graphs for this is susceptibility and temperature. This is for para, ferro and antiferro. Clear? And when we are plotting the graph between 1 over susceptibility and temperature, the graphs are like this. Clear? And then is the case when there is a ferrimagnetism, means there is a net magnetization. There is a net magnetization. That is the case ferrimagnetism. That is the case ferrimagnetism. Ferrimagnetism. ठीक है जी. So ferrimagnetism, that is also important. So it is identical to antiferro. It is very identical to antiferro magnetism, but the difference is that the magnetization of two sublattices have unequal magnitude, which results in producing a non-zero value of magnetic moment. Means there are like antiferro, there are two atoms, two sublattices having atoms A and B. So this is A, this is B, this is again A, this is B, this is A, again A, this is B. Clear? So they have unequal magnitudes of this magnetic moment. So this is the magnetic moment of A is more but B is less. So there is a, the value will not be 0. So there is a net magnetization. There is a net magnetization. So magnetization for A is more than magnetization for B. So there is a net magnetization. And this occurs mostly in farads. Okay? The most common example we can say example, that is magnetite. Magnetite, that is Fe3O4, ferrous ferrite. Okay? And what about the external behavior is same. The external behavior of these are same that of a ferromagnetic material, but difference is here that in the internal structure. Okay? Internal structure difference. If there is a difference in the internal structure, then temperature difference of spontaneous magnetization, that will also be different. And the resistivity for these types of material, resistivity that lies between 10 raised to power 2 to 10 raised to power 6 ohm centimeter. So they are insulators or semiconductors, but not metals. And there are so many uses of these. So please pay attention. They are well suited in microwave. This is main application, microwave frequency applications, because power losses due to eddy currents, they are less. Okay? Power losses due to eddy currents, they are less, and they are also used in the transformers, telecommunications. So these are the uses of ferrimagnetization material. Okay? So these are the curves. Okay? So see at this curve, at nil temperature the magnetization becomes the maximum, and above the magnetization decreases and material changes to paramagnetic. The material changes to paramagnetic. Okay? And this peak which occur at T equal to Tn is most characteristic feature of anti-ferromagnetic materials. Clear? So thank you very much.